Although it's been 10 years since the final Harry Potter film premiered, the franchise's legacy lives on. So let's see how its stars are doing these days. Which weird role did Daniel Radcliffe play recently?
I'm sorry about that. You've seen way too much of my face, I'm sorry.
What did Emma Watson and Tom Felton recently share about their relationship? And how did the Harry Potter cast react to the tragic news about Robbie Coltrane? Let's dig in. Daniel Radcliffe. The actor continues to go above and beyond to prove to everyone how versatile his talent is. Earlier this year, he even got a Best Villain award for The Lost City. And now you can watch Dan in another interesting role in the biopic about Weird Al Yankovic. He got a lot of praise for his performance in this one. But do you know who is the most excited about him playing this part? His girlfriend and her parents, because they're all huge fans of the singer.
There's like Al and Eric, the director's reaction to the film that I care about the most, and then just under that is my in-laws.
Dan and his girlfriend, actress Erin Dark, have been together for 10 years now. They met on the set of Kill Your Darlings. Ever since then, the lovebirds like working together once in a while. Dan even said that they might write something together at some point because both of them are fond of writing. And that's not the only thing Dan and Erin have in common. They both have a nerdy side and prefer to keep their relationship away from the spotlight. Meanwhile, the actor's best friend from Harry Potter is even more settled in his personal life. Rupert Grint. The actor has been in a relationship with actress Georgia Groom for over 10 years, and they have a daughter together. Their baby girl's name is Wednesday, and she's now 2. Rupert recently shared that becoming a father changed him literally overnight. "I stopped smoking straight away. I used to be a horrific insomniac. Now I'm sleeping," the actor shared. He's happy to be a parent, especially since he's doing it with the woman he loves and considers to be his best friend. Rupert says that they have so much in common that they're basically the same person, and that's why their relationship works. But it turns out that Grint's job has kind of a downside for his family, because it added an interesting word to his baby's vocabulary.
The F word came pretty quick. She spends a lot of time in my dressing room when I'm kind of doing my lines for this, and my character says the F word a lot.
Rupert is obviously talking about the Apple TV Plus psychological horror series, Servant, that was recently renewed for a 4th season. Besides this, you can see him in Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities on Netflix. And Rupert also starred in the apocalyptic horror Knock at the Cabin, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. What can we say? The guy is keeping himself busy as a bee, while his former co-star seems to be taking a break from the spotlight. Emma Watson. We last saw her in the Harry Potter reunion, and she hasn't been in any new roles since. The actress's absence became so noticeable that a rumor spread that Emma had retired or gotten engaged. But neither of those is true. Watson is still hard at work, yet it includes fewer red carpets and more conference meetings. Because these days, she is focusing on her activism. "I am curious to embrace a role where I work to amplify more voices," Emma shared. But at the same time, she hasn't completely forgotten about acting, as she teased new projects earlier this year. You'll have to wait and see, but there are projects, the actress promised. We're definitely excited to learn what they are, but it looks like we will have to be patient. And just as always, Emma keeps her personal life out of the spotlight. Reportedly, her current boyfriend is Brandon Green, the son of fashion tycoon Sir Philip Green. But we know nothing about their relationship, if it's even a thing. So let's talk about the guy who Emma calls her soulmate, although they never dated. Tom Felton. This year, he released a memoir titled Beyond the Wand, The Magic and Mayhem of Growing Up a Wizard. The actor shared a lot of interesting details in it, including his problems with drinking and the time he spent at a rehab. Tom struggled a lot with his addiction, but thankfully, with the help of all those who loved him, he's managed to overcome it. Emma was probably one of the people who was there for him during that time, because in the foreword for Tom's book, the actress wrote that they'd always have each other's backs. And both of them say that they've loved each other in a very special way during all these years.
Best of friends.
Yeah.
People that speak the same language, similar sense of humor.
But despite what their fans wish, there was never anything romantic between them. These days, Tom is dating a woman named Roxanne Dana. Reportedly, she moved from her native South Africa to England to be with him. We know no details about their relationship and can only wish them both happiness. Just as we do the next Harry Potter star who recently got married. Bonnie Wright. This April, the Ginny actress tied the knot with her longtime boyfriend, Andrew Lococo. She shared the happy news on her Instagram. You might be wondering what else Bonnie is doing, aside from spending time with her new husband. Well, she hasn't done much acting since the Harry Potter franchise ended. That doesn't mean she sat still. These days, Bonnie is very active with her Go Gently project. She wrote a book and regularly releases videos on YouTube about how to live a sustainable lifestyle. And now, we'll talk about another Harry Potter star who also became a defender of the planet. Evanna Lynch. Just like Bonnie, she hasn't acted much recently, but she's been pretty active in promoting veganism and animal rights. Evanna hosts a podcast titled Just Beings, where she talks about how to create a more just world for people, animals, and the planet. She also co-founded a vegan cosmetic brand, Kinder Beauty. What's more, a year ago, Evanna released a book titled The Opposite of Butterfly Hunting. It's a memoir in which she recalls how it felt growing up in the public eye and overcoming the challenges she's been through. With all this work, it looks like Lynch doesn't have any time for a personal life. Or maybe she's just good at hiding her significant other. Now, let's move on to the older stars of the Harry Potter series.
Visit our awesome merch shop. We have branded t-shirts, hoodies, eco bags, and even phone cases. You can choose between dozens of unique and awesome designs. Click the link under the video and find your perfect match.
Michael Gambon. Sadly, the actor hasn't appeared anywhere in the last few years. Turns out, it's because it became too hard for him to memorize his lines. Gambon completely retired from acting on stage. And in 2019, he pulled out of a TV comedy show due to his struggles with memory loss. The actor didn't even join the Harry Potter 20th anniversary reunion, which baffled fans. It's still unclear why exactly he missed this special episode, but it probably had something to do with Gambon's deteriorating health. Whatever is happening to him now, we're sure that Michael's family is there to support him. He's been married to mathematician Ann Miller for as many as 6 decades, and they have a son together. Let's wish him good health and move on to his other co-star, who also plans to retire. Gary Oldman. His character Sirius was one of the most popular ones in the franchise, not only for fans, but also for Daniel Radcliffe. Oldman certainly nailed the role, as he did with many other roles in his decades-long career. Most recently, the actor starred in an action comedy, Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, and we'll soon see him in Christopher Nolan's biopic, Oppenheimer, where he'll play President Harry S. Truman. Besides this, Oldman stars in the spy thriller series Slow Horses on Apple TV+. It's quite successful and was recently renewed for a 3rd and 4th season. But to Gary, it seems like the time has come to slow down a bit. And he's even thinking of retiring after the series ends. I've had an enviable career, but careers wane, and I do have other things that interest me outside of acting, Oldman commented. One thing in particular is probably spending time with his family. The actor has tied the knot 5 times in his life and has 3 kids. Currently, he's married to writer and art curator Giselle Schmidt. This summer, they appeared together at a film festival in Italy and couldn't stop hugging. So it looks like they're pretty happy, and we're thrilled for them. Now, let's talk about Dame Maggie Smith. Despite being 87, the actress is still going strong in her career. Last holiday season, we saw her in A Boy Called Christmas. And this year, fans had the pleasure of watching her play Violet Crawley again in Downton Abbey: A New Era. As always, Dame Maggie Smith gave an unforgettable performance. In fact, she is now enjoying one of the most successful periods of her career, in large part thanks to Downton Abbey. The actress is currently working on 2 more films, so there's no stopping her. And it looks like it runs in the family, because Smith's 2 sons, Chris Larkin and Toby Stevens, are also actors. The woman is a true Hollywood treasure, just like the next actor whom we tragically lost this year. Robbie Coltrane. The news about his passing was a huge shock for fans and stars of the Potterverse. Even though Coltrane appeared in over 100 movies and TV projects during his career, Hagrid became his most memorable character. And the actor himself admitted as much when discussing the Harry Potter legacy and how it will live on for many more years.
I'll not be here, sadly, but Hagrid will. Yes.
His Harry Potter co-stars were heartbroken when Robbie passed, and most of them paid tribute to him. Dan Radcliffe said that he was one of the funniest people he's met.
We were just like sat around in Hagrid's hut, and he would be like telling jokes to us all and the crew that were in there as well.
In her Instagram story, Emma Watson wrote, "There is no better Hagrid. You made it a joy to be Hermione." And she also shared that Robbie was always deeply caring and compassionate. In his tribute, Rupert Grint said that the actor was a giant-hearted man who is still looking out for us even decades later. And Tom Felton admitted that one of his fondest memories was filming in the Forbidden Forest with Coltrane. He was a big friendly giant on screen, but even more so in real life, the Malfoy actor added. Indeed, he was a brilliant actor and a wonderful person, and he will surely be missed. Rest in peace, Robbie. Wands up!